for a few moments before starting the show. Please tell us in the comments if you're seeing us well and if you hear our sound well. It is a nice day here, wonderful weather. So today we are having another episode of All About Lapland podcast, and it is already the second episode which we are sending live to you, like real time, with a video from Utsjoki in Lapland, Finland. My guest today is Tiina Salonen, who is one of the owners of this wonderful place, and we're going to have an amazing conversation with Tiina. So Tiina, how can people find your business if they're interested coming here?
I would say the easiest way is to just go to our website,
Which is?
auroraholidays.net, and that's where you find all the basic information about the company, how to get here, what kind of services we have, and if there's anything you can think that you will be interested in but we don't offer it yet, it's always possible to send an email.
And what are your social media channels? How do people find you?
We have a Facebook channel, so Aurora Holidays on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram and also from YouTube.
Yes.
So we have a channel, Aurora Holidays.
Yes, we're going to talk about this later. So let's begin our talk today. First of all, I'm very thankful that you guys invited our team here to spend 3 beautiful days in Utsjoki. I always love these amazing sceneries that we have behind us, and we were streaming Northern Lights live for 3 nights. It was a little bit cloudy, but on one of the nights, which was the night before, we also streamed Northern Lights live to the whole world, not only through our channels but also with the major news companies, and they picked it up live.
That was great.
Yes.
So great. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And we had lots of news about that. Yesterday some reporters called and wanted to ask more questions about the Northern Lights, and in the morning we have another story published on MTV3, one of the major news networks. So Northern Lights and Aurora Holidays are going places.
Yes, that's great.
Amazing. And of course you can check these Northern Lights streams and videos that we've made on both All About Lapland channels and also on Aurora Holidays channel. All right. So Tiina, please tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, originally I'm from South Finland. I was born in Turku, which is like quite close to Helsinki. And from looking from here, yes, I think it's really close. Yeah. And I moved to Utsjoki 15 years ago. 15 years ago, 2005.
All right. So what brought you here?
Well, this is the question I always get. I was picked up by my reindeer herder, Mika. So we met.
Hitchhiking?
Well, almost. Well, no. He drove to pick me up from Turku. So basically we met and started dating, and then there was a moment when we had to decide if we're gonna stay together, so somebody has to move. And it wasn't really an option that he moves with all the reindeer he has.
In the middle of Turku.
Yeah, so I packed my stuff and...
To Aurora River.
Yeah, so I packed my stuff and came here.
So you changed Aurora River in Turku to Tenno River behind us.
I think it was a good change. Well, some people say that Aurora River is nice, but I don't know. I don't find it really nice.
Well, they have nice restaurants there, that's for sure.
The boats.
The boats, yes. True. So, how did you guys meet? Because he's living in Utsjoki, you're living in Turku. Like, where was this magical encounter?
It was online.
Online?
Online originally, yes.
Where was that? There were no Tinders and stuff like that 15
years
ago.
It was the time of all these chats and things.
Wow, amazing story.
Yeah. So we met and started talking, and at some point he came to visit me.
So he was your first real meeting was when he came to Turku?
Yes.
Wow, that's a long way for a guy to travel. Wow, that's that's the longest distance one can even make, almost from here in the north. Like, this is the border. Like, there's the border is 100 kilometers there, and he came like to the south coast.
Yes.
Wow, that's passion.
Yes, I have to say so. Yes.
Yes. So tell us about your husband. What does he do?
He's originally a Sami reindeer herder. So he does mostly, well, he runs this company with me, but I'm mainly operating this travel side of the company, and he takes care of the reindeer and the meat industry, because we do also reindeer meat products. And when I need help from him, he comes and helps with maybe driving or other things that we need help with. But mostly he stays with in the animal side.
So how did it happen? Like how did you feel when you moved here? Like everything changed, or what were your the first feelings when you got here?
Yes, of course everything changed. I left my family behind, but it's like a lot of people ask me, how does it feel to move so far away, and how do I feel staying here? And I just said that, well, it's the same way down than it's up here. So if I feel that I want to go there to visit them, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I've really liked it here. In the beginning, I think the whole rhythm of life is different here. Like people follow more the nature's rhythm and the light and sun, winter, summer. I like it here better. In the city, it's so scheduled and everybody's rushing somewhere all the time, and you run from a meeting to another. And when I got here, I got really fast used to this slower pace, and I really like it.
Lapland time.
Yes.
Slow time.
Slow time, yes. And of course, because I'm originally a nurse.
Oh, you are?
Yes. So I did get a job from Norway when I moved here. So I only had about 2 weeks off to settle, and then I started my first job in Norway.
Where about?
In Nessebu. It's in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah, it's the small village with the church.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
They have a little healthcare center, and I got a permanent job from there.
Nice. So you were commuting there?
Yep.
For how
about
long?
A year.
Uh-huh.
And then I moved to Bulmak, which is just across the border in Norgam. They had a little, how do you call it, a dementia home. I worked about half a year in that place. And then
at the elderly care.
Yeah, yes. And then after that I got a job in Taana in healthcare center, and there I worked a little bit over 10 years.
10 years. So we're now at this beautiful restaurant here that you guys just built a few summers ago. So tell us about the beginnings of this business that you guys running here, the Aurora Holidays. How did it all started?
It's been building up slowly. The very first thing was that I took over bookings for the cottages. So
the cottages were there before?
Yeah, because that's it belongs to our other company.
Uh-huh.
So I started to manage all the bookings and slowly took over the cleaning and maintaining the cottages. And then about 5 years ago, we decided that we're gonna start with our own business, Aurora Holidays. And in the beginning, it was mainly accommodation, and then quickly it developed to package tours with self-catering. And then now last summer, we built the restaurant. It opened in December to be able to provide even better service to the customers, so that now you don't need to worry about anything. You meet us at the airport and we take care of the rest.
So there's food and everything. People don't need to cook unless
No, you don't need to cook, you don't need to clean, you don't need to do anything. We drive the cars, we make everything so that you can just join and
nice.
Enjoy the ride.
I really like this place. It feels so cozy, and it has this wood here, and it's high ceiling, nice lights. And the view, it's it's amazing.
It is, and in the summer when everything gets green, it's really beautiful.
Yeah. I guess you would never get tired of this view.
No, never.
I feel so lucky, every morning that I walk out of the cottage and I see this view. I'm yeah, this is so cool.
This is nice. I enjoy it. You couldn't get any better place to work.
Yes. So you've developed into this kind of cottage rental to activities to the restaurant services.
Yes.
All right.
So now it's a full package.
Full package. So I guess I would like to ask you, how has it been lately with all of these things happening in the world?
Well, we've had international customers for the past 5 years joining the package holidays. So it's been, of course, it's been growing every year, and that's why we decided to even expand with the restaurant. And now when Corona hit, we've been canceling and rescheduling all the holidays. Right now, I think everything's changed until Christmas, and people are already considering if they should change their dates of holiday from the spring to.
Yes.
So it's got quiet.
Got quiet. So were you able to attract domestic tourists here?
A little bit. It could be more. Some people have now starting to find Utsjoki, because I think Utsjoki is still, it's not very well known as a winter destination for Finnish people, because we don't.
It's so cool.
It is really cool. I love it here, but I think mostly people would look for skiing resorts. They want to go downhill skiing, and we don't have that available. Of course, you have the hills and you have the fells, and you can go skiing, you can go snowshoeing and everything, but we still don't have those big resorts here.
Maybe it's a good thing, because
I think it's excellent thing.
Because the way that you spend a holiday in the ski resort, I mean, I love them myself. We went tens of times to different ski resorts. They're amazing. But inside this Lapland area, you can have so many different experiences. And when you come here, I mean, I have like goosebumps that's of this authenticity that you guys have here. All of this nature, the reindeer. I mean, there is very little things that are for show, if any. Everything is so like
it's all real,
and you just get it in and have this amazing experiences. So
I wish people. Oh, I wish that we can bring all this more visible to people, that we are here and we have excellent services in the village. We have everything you need. Like on a holiday, you don't need that much actually.
Yes.
So, but if you need nightlife, if you want to have a drink, we have bars. If that's what you're looking for, or if you want to have a week in total quietness and peace, this is the place. Like you don't need to meet anybody, you don't need to see anybody. Like you just enjoy your time and relax.
Yeah, and I think maybe I haven't articulated it well for our viewers, like where we are exactly. So the village of Utsjoki is only about 7-10ish kilometers here to our west, and we are almost at the northern tip of Finnish Lapland and Finland as well. The only place which is more north is the village of Norgam, which is 30 kilometers from here, and we literally have Norway behind us in the window which we are looking at. This is the Norwegian border here, and this area is so scarcely populated. I mean, we are in the Arctic, we are in the extreme north.
Yes.
And your holiday village is situated 7 kilometers drive from the center of the municipality of Utsjoki.
True.
So living out here has some challenges, of course, and maybe you can tell us about that. I mean, you have to do a lot of planning with, even with the groceries, you have to plan them well, because the shops are open like only a few hours a day, and the nearest gas stations are so far away. So can you tell us about that?
That was maybe the biggest challenge I had when I moved here, because in Turku you have always something available. Like the shops is open, there's dozens of shops open, gas stations every here and there. And especially when I was working as a nurse, I did work in 3 shifts. So sometimes it was days that I couldn't go shopping because the shop was never open when I was there. And sometimes it took me a while to get used to the fact that it's not open until 10 p.m. So many times I was there like 8, 9, like, oh, why is this closed? Until I started to remember that, okay. And yes, fuel. You really need to make sure that you're always full, or at least half full, because it's possible that you drive to Norgam, like you said, 30 kilometers, and you're thinking that, okay, I can make it, and then I'm gonna feel, what if they don't have any gasoline?
Yeah.
Like it's possible that they don't. Or what happened to me once was that I couldn't find my wallet, and I only had cash. And in Norgam, the 24/7 automat thingy, it doesn't take any cash.
Yeah.
So I was there, and I was about to drive to Tana, and I was like, oh no, I can't fill up my tank because they don't take cash. And then I drove to Tana, and back in the morning, it was after a night shift. So I drove in the morning. I slept on their parking slot, waiting that they open, that I can pay inside and get my car filled to drive back to Utsjoki.
Wow.
So it needs planning.
Yes, interesting.
Yeah.
And also nature plays a very important role for the locals, and especially your husband and his teammates, the reindeer herders. Please tell us about that.
The reindeer herding in this area is still pretty much based on the natural cycle of the year and the reindeer, and like you said, nature plays a big role. So they always plan when they go out. It depends the weather, it depends the sun, it depends the light, it depends like many things that you need to plan, and you can't really do things in bad weather or so.
Yeah.
It's always up to the nature.
So what is this cycle of reindeer herding? Because I think it has a profound effect on all your life. So please tell us about that.
Well, basically the year of a reindeer starts in the beginning of the summer. So the calves are born in May. Newborn babies in May, in the beginning of June. And it happens up there on the hills? Yes, here it happens because they do it all by themselves. Yes. So we don't fence the reindeer to control the calving at all. Mm-hmm. And they will roam free the whole summer with their mummies, and we start with the roundups in September, October time. And that's what we've been doing now for the past 2 weeks, is the reindeer roundups, where we separate the calves from the moms. So you were going there like every night, every day? Every day. He goes there every day when they put the calves or the reindeer in the fence. It usually takes hours to get one herd sorted, and it's always a 2 days long cycle. So first day they will put the numbers on the calves, and next day they will check which calf belongs to which female reindeer, mm-hmm. and then on the afternoon of the second day they will separate them, and every reindeer herder decides what happens to the calf, if it will be taken to the meat production or if it will stay alive. Mm-hmm. So this is happening right now as we speak here? Yes. So I think today or yesterday might have been the last day of this time now, but they will continue later again if needed. I see. So what happens next? Well, what happens next is that, because we have the meat production place, mm-hmm. we do all the products. We make salted reindeer, we pack the fillets, we do all sorts of reindeer products. There is like a freezer of reindeer meat there for sale, which was like, I was like, our own products. It's the meat factory is called Porotuote Landsman, and we sell to the restaurants, to shops, to private people, anybody. And of course, all the reindeer meat we use in the restaurant is our own production. We've been having amazing reindeer meals here. We have been having reindeer steaks. We have been having salted reindeer in the traditional way and in a new way. And we had a reindeer kebab. This was amazing. Yes, that's our new summer. Well, we did it for the summertime, but it's been so popular that we've decided to keep it on the list. Yes. So now the reindeers will be released free to roam and back in the nature until the summertime. No, not until the summertime. Okay. The next roundups will happen in the winter. Mm-hmm. I think around February. I always get confused at times. And on those roundups, it's possible that we still get some calves back that has not been there yet. Like, because there's always some that stays in the nature that they doesn't get to the fence. And in the second roundups, all the herders will separate their herds from the mixed herd, how they are now, to their own herds, and they will bring them to their special winter feeding areas,
And
where we start to give them extra food.
I see. And why is that done?
We help them to get over the winter. In the past few years, the winter conditions have been like really, really harsh. Sometimes a crazy lot of snow, sometimes not enough snow. Sometimes the fells, they freeze so that the reindeer can't dig their food. So we give them food to keep them together, easier to observe them, to make sure that everything's fine. And also it makes them or their life easier when they don't need to go and walk and find the food.
Yeah.
So they can make it over the winter, because it's important that the females get enough food so that their pregnancy will last to the spring.
Exactly.
If they don't get enough food, it's possible that they get like an abortion type of, I don't even know what to call it in English. Like,
no worries, no worries.
And they will lose the calf.
I see.
And the next year it means that you have one calf less to sell. So the hard work in the winter helps yourself also in the next year.
So here in the north, winter lasts longer than anywhere else in Finland. So please tell us about that. When does winter start and when does it really end?
Well, nobody knows nowadays anymore. We've had a couple of really long winters now. Last spring, like this year, 2020, yes. The river started actually to open after May 20th or something.
May 20th?
Yeah.
And it was icy before that?
It was icy. You can visit our YouTube channel to see a time-lapse video we made of the river ice to see how it starts melting and opening, but it was in the end of May. Sometimes it starts opening already in April, but you never know.
So the snow came about 2 weeks ago? 2 3 weeks
Snow
ago?
started to come about 2 weeks ago.
So beginning of October?
Yep.
And when is the most amount of snow that you have here in the fells?
Spring? I would say in the end of February, in the beginning of March.
So this is when you have to feed the reindeer, otherwise the snow is just too deep.
Yeah, or it gets hard, or it's difficult to
Yes.
It depends.
And when does the snow melt?
Not until in May.
May or June?
Late April, May.
Wow.
Sometimes there's still patches of snow in June.
So there's literally half a year is winter.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
But it's not just winter, like there's different times and different, like the beginning of the season, yes, it's wintry, but it's not that cold yet. And in the spring, in the end of the winter, we have like nice warmish days with sunshine and yes, a lot of snow. Mm-hmm. But still like a little bit like spring vibes, yes. Which is nice.
So now the days are getting much shorter, like very quickly, and we have to move the clock to the winter time.
Yes.
So now the sunset is about, was it 3:30?
Yeah.
And it's still end of October, and we still have 2 months to go until the darkest time of the year. So please tell us about that. How do you cope with this really short days and winter dark? Does it affect your behavior and your thinking?
Not much.
Really?
The first couple of years, I struggled mostly with waking up. Like that was the thing. Like because how your brain works is that it needs the light signal. Like that's what the sun does. It gives your brain a signal, stop melatonin production. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to wake up. And in the wintertime, when there is no sun, this signal never comes, and then your brain stays in like this snoozing
half sleep.
Yeah, so that was my biggest challenge, because I had to drive early to work. It was dark, it was early, but those artificial sunlight, like sun lamps.
Yes.
That helped a lot.
I see. But it's still not entirely dark. Like there is a really nice light. And what are the things that you do here during this winter time? I mean, if people want to come, what kind of activities they can do here in winter?
We provide a full set of activities, so that, basically a holiday package, which we always recommend people to book, because we've already chosen like a nice range of different things to do, is that we give them an option to book a snowshoeing walk with us, either a hike depending the snow situation. So then we usually choose a nice little trail. Either we go up on this fell behind us or in front of us to visit our little hut, or if people have any difficulties with their knees or hips or something that it's not that easy to climb the hill, then we choose an easier trail to take them to experience the nature and how it feels to be in the middle of, like, basically close to everything but still in the middle of nowhere, sort of.
Yes, in the wilderness.
Yeah. And then we also have options as snowmobiling if you want to get to the actual wilderness where you can't go by foot. Then we have snowmobiling trips available. We go to Norway to do husky sledding, and we take them to like scenery drives to see the Arctic Ocean, or if you're really interested in culture, we also visit the Museum Sida in Inari to tell the Sami Culture Museum, which is, it's really good and people usually really love it. So that's like, we have what's always included in our packages is an Utsjoki village tour. So we take them to all our sightseeing spots. The bridge, church, the church cottages. We always tell about the history, we tell about the places, and we show them our village house, Giza, which has a little like a souvenir shop.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But that's only handmade and local or from the nearby places. So we don't sell any like imported souvenirs, but it's only like handmade stuff.
I see. And of course, the Northern Lights are some of the major reasons to come here. Tell us about the Northern Lights.
Our packages always include 3 nights of guided Northern Lights chasing. So we really try to make sure that anybody who visits us gets to see the lights. It's never guaranteed, but Utsjoki is located so far north that with just a tiny little bit of activity, we can get like really nice displays that are not visible lower in the area.
Yeah, more south.
No.
Yes. And what is the season for Northern Lights here?
The first faint lights appear already in the end of August, but we start with the tours from mid-September when the nights get like nice and long. Sometimes there's been people in the cottages already early September and they've seen some lights, but I feel more comfortable when we have a proper night already and people have an actual chance to see the lights. And the season ends in the end of March, or that's when we stop selling the tours, but you can see some faint lights even until mid-April.
Nice.
So it's a long season for the lights too.
Yes. As many of you know, I'm a big fan of Northern Lights, and it's never been easier to see Northern Lights than here. So the place where I live is Rovaniemi, which is 450 kilometers south from here. And we do see Northern Lights in Rovaniemi quite regularly, but sometimes it's a big challenge. And here you just take a step out of the cottage and you're able to see the show, and it's amazing how much easier it is. It's like it's a gift, like there you go.
Yes, sometimes it's a gift, but sometimes it really makes us to work hard. It's all about like, yes, it's always, people call it a Northern Lights chase.
Yes.
But here in Utsjoki, you're not really chasing the lights. The lights are there.
You're chasing
but
the
you're
weather.
chasing the weather, you're chasing the clear skies. And that's what we do. Like if it's cloudy here, then we make our research to figure out which way to go, where there's better chances to clear skies, and then we will take the group there.
Yeah. And you also have every night you are streaming Northern Lights
live.
Or at least the sky, you are streaming it live just from here, from this corner.
Yes, yes, and it's been really good. It helps us, it helps our customers here. You don't need to, like, you can watch the stream inside your cottage, and when there's anything green appearing,
that's right.
So then you can go out and have a look.
Yeah, you don't need to freeze your asses like we did with my friend Ryan last night for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, and it's also nice, like I know we have a couple of people now regularly watching the stream and talking to us that have visited us. So it's nice when you have people that you already know, that they've been here, they've seen it live, and now they hang around there with us, chatting and just spending their evenings watching the stream.
So is it a free stream?
It's a free stream. You don't need to pay anything. You can find it on our YouTube channel, Aurora Holidays, and anybody can join. It's better to subscribe so that you get all the notifications when we stream. We will try to regularly post also other videos from the area, like we've been doing now this whole summer. So you can see there's maybe 10 nice videos at the moment to watch.
Nice. So regarding the other seasons, when the snow melts, there are so many things that you can do here that people are not aware of. Can you tell us about these things?
Yes, it's a long list. First of all,
we have time.
First of all, if we go like by season, when the Northern Lights season is starting to end, it actually overlaps a little bit with the birding season.
Oh,
so
that's right.
This area is really rich for different type of birds. Like we have lots of small birds coming here to our feeders in the winter and spring. There's these quite special birds called ruffs breeding quite close to us. That way you can go and see their mating process. And then you can drive to the ocean to see and photograph lots of seabirds. And quite close to us, easy access is also to the puffins, which we've been seeing a couple of times. And the whole summer there's all new breeds coming. So it's really good the whole spring and summer for the birds.
Yeah.
We organize guided birding trips too, so that we can take people to the places where you can most likely see different birds.
Yeah, and from my experience in summer, you can have amazing hiking experience out there in the fells because there is no snow. You can get almost anywhere. The nature is amazing. You can see wildlife. You can see these wonderful lakes that are on top of the wilderness. There are wilderness huts that you can explore.
Lots of trails, like easy access.
Trails.
Yeah.
Civilization relatively near.
Yeah.
And the amazing moment in early June when you have this, when the dwarf birches, which are like this tall, they get these tiny little leaves. It's so amazing when it looks gray and then in one day it's like.
Yes, it happens green. Really fast. Yeah, and
the whole
also
valley is like green in a moment.
In just a couple of days. Yes. And also because the midnight sun season starts already in May, so actually we have like daylight 24/7 for 2 months, which also gives you a lot of time to explore. You don't need to get back early in the evening because it gets dark, so you can
true. You can explore all day, and basically I think from end April until mid August there is no night.
No, not at all.
Light
like it's I would say the first real night hours appear in the end of August, but the sun starts setting already in the beginning of July.
Yeah.
But the time of the sunset and the night is so short that it really doesn't get dark.
So at 1 a.m. in summer, the sun is behind us over there, over the fells, just shining on.
Shining on all the time.
This is an amazing moment to roam up in the fells and just,
You can see that also on the time lapse we did about the river, because you can see how the sun it goes close to the fells and then back up again. Yeah. So it never actually sets.
Amazing. And also behind us we have this beautiful river, Tenno or Diatno in the Sami language, and it's a piece of beauty. It's so amazing. Like anywhere you go, small turns on the road, there is so many picturesque spots out there.
Yeah, and now I think it's even better because they've been cleaning all the bushes and doing like the beautiful viewing spots even more like open and spacious, so that you can actually see the beautiful views when you drive. It's really good.
And there is also salmon fishing around here with
salmon
the wild
fishing,
salmon.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, that's it's something that has been done here for ages, I would say. Utsjoki has been a very well-known fishing destination for years, and all the cottages and places have been full of fishermen. You can go, but not without a license, so you have to buy the license actually before even you get here.
Yeah.
It used to be so that you just walk in the shop, you buy your license, and then you go fishing, but now they sell them in a web shop already in April.
And it's a limited amount.
It's a limited amount, and you need to be there then to buy the tickets, and it's possible that you don't even get them like as many as you want.
But it's better this way because you have to be sustainable.
Yes, yes and no. The problem now is that it put all the companies and also the customers in a difficult situation, because in many companies, when you work, you need to decide your summer holidays maybe already in January. So you need to choose a week when you're going to have a holiday, but you don't know if you get the license. So in April, you have already 1 week holiday, so you try to get your licenses to that week, but if you can't, then you maybe get to a week earlier or a week later, and then you need to start changing your holidays and trying to like sort it out if you can. And also, we used to have the cottages were sold out for the next fishing season already in the end of the summer. Now we have nothing until April, May, when people get the licenses.
I see.
So
it's difficult for planning.
It became really difficult with this new system.
I see.
And people don't, of course, the fishermen don't like the system because they don't know if they get the licenses or not.
I see.
So.
But you guys fish here. Does your husband fish?
A little bit, not too much anymore. He used to do so much like guiding and rowing for that he doesn't really do that much anymore.
I see.
There's only like a certain amount of things you want to do, and then when you do something for years as a job, it kind of...
Yeah. But do you offer this locally fished salmon here in the restaurant?
We do when we get some, yes. This summer was like the whole summer for everybody was difficult this year, so we did not get much. But the previous year we got enough so that we managed to serve it the whole winter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but now we're almost out of salmon already.
Of course, it's a seasonal thing, very rare.
I wish we had more, but not this time.
Yeah. So I hope that you guys they're enjoying the show live. If you have any questions for Tiina, please write them in the comments, and we will read them in a short bit. But before we go into the questions, I have one question for you, and of course it has to do with this current situation. So the borders have been open in Scandinavia for around 30 years already, or something like that. So you could just go into Norway, go into Sweden and back, and it has been like really the normal thing to do. And many families also, they are split between the countries.
Yes.
So
especially Sami families.
Because
this whole area has been one at some point before the borders came, and somebody made like this, that this is Norway, this is. So there's a lot of people both sides of the river, same family, but different nationality.
Yes. Well, what is this current situation now with the border restrictions, and what effect does it have on you guys?
Well, the situation is really unclear because it keeps changing all the time. If I've got it right, so right now at this moment, nobody can really enter Norway from Finnish side, or if you do, you need to quarantine yourself. So there's no shopping. Like I know a lot of people from Utsjoki goes to use the shops in Tana. So now you can't go shopping.
And vice versa.
And vice versa.
To Nuorgam and
Nuorgam is really popular. Like a lot of Norwegians come to do their daily shopping. They go to visit Alko to buy the alcohol, or there's hardware stores. There's like the gas station, car service. All these services are quite a lot used by Norwegian. Yeah. And now they can't come.
Yeah, so the communities here are on the different sides of the border are so tightly knit. I mean, they depend on each other.
Yes,
and now that is being cut off. And actually, it's a funny thing that there's a house there on this other side of the river in Norway, and it's the closest neighbor that you guys have
Yeah.
here. I mean, it's closer to go there for a neighbor than to go onto the Finnish side. And
Yeah.
if we go there on the other side, basically we have to quarantine for 10 days
Yes.
before we go back.
And there's nothing, like there's nobody to meet or nobody like, yeah.
That is crazy. And
Yeah.
you have been pretty vocal with this thing, and even to the extent that you were interviewed by the local news in Finland. By
Yes,
the
because
MTV3.
it is really like, it makes the whole life here in the area difficult, because there's so many companies and so many, like you said, families are dependent on this like cross-boarding cooperation and everything, so
does this all make any sense to you?
not really.
Not really.
No, the thing is that the biggest problem we have is that we don't really get any clear guidelines or clear rules or anything. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So we wish that there was someone who told, like, look, now from this on, we do this, this, and this, gives us exact things to do. Okay, you can take customers, but these are the things you need to do. But it's not available.
Well, from my opinion, these people down there in Helsinki, in these places, they are really disconnected with what is happening, like in the country. Like they don't have a slightest clue of what needs to be done and how their decisions or even indecisions are affecting local people, local businesses, your business, our business, in a very negative and profound way.
Yeah, and the problem is that Finland is such a long country, and there's so many different, like in Helsinki area, yes, there's a lot of people, and of course things happen. Like if there's a restaurant, it's possible that they have, I guess it's safe to say, 150 people visiting during a day, evening, when our normal number is maybe 20.
Yeah, during this whole opening hours.
Yeah.
This whole night.
So it's like, I think that's the biggest problem, that they are not able to separate and see the thing in smaller portions, or like in actually local things. Because now, for example, going to Norway to do a scenic drive.
Yeah, staying in the car.
Yeah.
And looking at the views and walking around on the field is forbidden.
Yes, because there's
Why?
Corona. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
It will attack you from
Yeah. You never know.
like an eagle. It's like.
Yeah. So this is like, we would really need these little things that help us, that we could take the groups, we could do things, we could go when. Of course, there's always this side that you need to make sure that you take all the precautions, and you make sure that people are safe, and you make sure that yourself stay safe.
Yes.
But yeah,
but we're not going to let this
No.
thing down. It's not going to let us down, and we're
No.
going to do our best with promoting and giving the positive message from here, from Lapland, that nature is here, it's real. It's forever, or at least that's what we like to think, and we have so many nice things here, like this Northern Lights that we streamed to all over the world, and now everybody, Utsjoki is now in all the major news, not only domestic Finnish ones, but also all around the world.
Yeah, and I think this is something important that people should understand, that when you come here, like I've said, that we can make sure people can have a holiday here, enjoying the fullest, with the nature, with the lights, with good food, without stressing of crowds and lines and people and public transportation.
There are no crowd, there's nobody here.
There's no one. Like you have your private cottage, you can either eat in the restaurant, or you can get your food delivered in the cottage. So basically it's your safe space, but you can still enjoy all the nature and the activities and stay safe.
Right. But we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen.
Yes.
Together. So, do we have any comments, Julia, that you can read to us?
Yes, we do. We have a nice comment from Nigel, and he's saying...
Can you speak louder?
Just a second, I'm scrolling to find it.
We have my wonderful wife Julia directing the stream and switching all of these cameras on the fly. And we have our friend Ryan there behind the scenes, who is also reading the comments and commenting out there. So we have a nice team. So please, I would like to hear some questions.
Yes, so Miguel is asking that what would be the best, is it possible to see the northern lights later in the night than earlier? Like, he knows that it's a difficult question, but he has a small child and he's wondering if it's possible to see it like in the beginning of the evening, or is it only possible to see it during the late night?
Understood. The question is, how do you get around with managing your small kids and seeing the northern lights?
Well, we've had, actually, our youngest guest we had here was only 8 months old.
Wow.
And how we do it, because especially when we're super lucky with clear weather, then, like you said earlier, all you need to do is to step out, open the door, step out and watch it.
Yeah.
So our cottages are fully equipped. We even have things for small kids, like the travel bed and the high chair and stuff, so that you can absolutely visit also with small children. And you can let them safely sleep inside the cottage while you step outside and watch the lights. We can even...
Our cottage is right there. It's like 10 meters.
Yeah.
Same view that we have here.
And basically, if we have small children on our tours, then we always try to make the schedule so that we don't need to drive very far or very late. But in the darkest time of the year, I would say from mid-November or even now, when the sunset is earlier, you can see the lights as early as 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So it's totally possible that you get a good show already in the early evening.
Yes.
Sometimes it makes us wait later, but...
Yeah, or the other thing I think it could be that you put your child to sleep and you can stay around the cottage in clear weather. So everybody's sleeping, you don't need to push anybody, press anybody, and you can just stay up later and see the late show or the second, second appearance of auroras, because it comes and goes. So it's also,
and this is what the stream helps with. You can keep it open, like if you have a tablet or laptop or anything, you have our stream, you keep watching it, and then you see that, okay, now it's starting, and then you go out. Yeah,
of course the stream is for everybody. You don't need to come here to have access to the stream. You can watch it from wherever you are guys, in the Americas or in Europe or in Asia, Australia. You can just open the link on YouTube and watch the northern lights from your sofa.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't move it, so sometimes there's
right
not
there by the corner.
It's right there, and we can't really turn it. So sometimes if the lights are not in the frame, it's somewhere else, so we can't really turn it.
Yeah, they can be just above or behind.
Quite often it comes above, so then it's best, of course, to be here to see them.
Yes.
And I have to brag a little bit, of course. For the past 3 years, we've seen the lights with every guest we've had.
Nice.
And I think, I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but I don't think that any other company nearby has this good success rate than we do.
Amazing.
And it's not like, yes, it's the place, it's the location, but also I have really dedicated guides that do their best to see the lights with the guests, and we work hard, we drive, we do a lot of research beforehand to figure out the best time to go, and that's been a successful recipe.
Nice. So do we have some more questions?
We have comments which are very...
Yes.
We have comments which are very relevant. So Phil is saying hello from UK.
Hey Phil, yes, I know Phil.
Yes, and he said that it's not really a question, but something Tiina did not mention is the standard of services she provides. It's extremely personal and nothing is too much trouble, and she always have answered to strange tourist questions.
Strange tourist questions. What are these?
I don't know.
And
he makes me blush. Yes, I think this is something it comes naturally. Like my whole team is like that. So everybody's putting their whole personality in in there, and we're open to everybody. When we meet people, we want to know everybody. We spend a lot of time with people. I think in average we do spend maybe double amount of time, actually spend the time with the guests than in other places. Like when you come to us, it's not like one random person is picking you up and dropping you off, and then second random person picks you up from the activity again, drops you off somewhere else. And you know, when people come here, they have the same people around them all the time. We have time to talk with people. We want to know them better. And if there's any, like if anyone has any personal requests or wishes or needs, we always try to accommodate them so that people have the best holiday they can imagine.
Nice, nice. It's really important that there are persons who really care about how your vacation goes. So it's not like you know, a mainstream thing that everybody is just a single unit among the other people, but it's really a family that cares how your vacation goes and does their best that you succeed in everything and have a relaxing times.
Yeah, I think it is. As a customer, when I go to places, I find this really important. Like we often try to use local companies, local services, and trying to find the places where you get like this really good and personal service. And this is what we also provide. And it also, because it gives us also so much when you see that people are enjoying their time and they really like it, and they dare to ask questions. And there's like, I usually say, like, somebody maybe wants to ask us something and starts with like, oh, this can be a dumb question. I said, there is no dumb questions. Like, if you don't know something, you need to ask, and then we explain. And I think that's how we can provide the best service and the best information about the area and us. And it also helps us in a way, because when you see that people enjoy, that helps you keep going, and it makes you to give your best, because you know that people appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a circle.
Yes.
Of course, it can be tiring sometimes, and if we have rough weeks with a lot of clouds and a lot of driving, sometimes we might get tired. And then, but what's also important to me is that I try to keep my staff, like I try to take care of them too, so that when we make our plans, we make weekly schedules, we try to make sure that everybody has time to rest, and we always are there for each other. And we back up if somebody feels a little bit maybe a flu is coming, so someone else steps in to cover, so that people can take care of themselves.
Nice.
I think.
So, are there any more questions to answer?
There is a reminder from Phil that you did not mention that you have sauna in the cottage, and people was wondering.
Sauna. Yes, they really loved it. Yeah, every cottage has a own private sauna, which is, I guess, quite common in Finland.
Yes.
That every house and cottage has a sauna, but it's not something that foreign people would take. Like it's not.
Yeah, of course, it's not
So
common in the world.
No,
Yeah.
but yes, every cottage has a sauna, and it's in people's private use, and you can use it as many times as you want during the week. We provide everything you need in the cottage, like bed linen, towels, sauna towels, everything. So you can just enjoy. Even the new 2 apartments we're building, they will have their own saunas.
So how many cottages you have here?
We have 4 now, and there will be 2 apartments. Hopefully, we will finish them in the next few months.
I see. And how many persons does a cottage fit?
4 would be, well, it fits 6, but there's 4 beds, like 2 double bedrooms.
2 rooms, yeah.
2 rooms with 2 beds, and then there's a sofa bed that you can open. So for 4, it's nice and spacious. But for example, for a family of maybe 5-6 people with a couple of children, this is still suitable for a family.
For one family.
Yeah.
Nice. And also there is a very well equipped kitchen. You can
Yes, like
cook
fully
your own
equipped.
meals.
Yes.
Yes, there is Wi-Fi and
Everything.
Yeah.
We have a good internet connection, so even if you're coming here and you know that there's some important calls or important work you need to get done, so and you're looking at the map like, oh no, we're in the end of the world and there's probably nothing. Actually, we have fiber optics coming to the place, and the internet is like, it's
stellar,
really yeah.
well, we're streaming with it now, obviously.
Yeah.
So you can actually combine your vacation with work. That's the latest trend. So you can work from some other place, and we have some people here in the area that do that successfully.
I just had last week, we had a couple that stayed a little bit over a week, and they already knew that they will have to work a little bit. So
Yes. Not too much.
not too much, no. And the
Have
thing
to
is that you
enjoy.
can always plan your working schedule. Like if you're independent, so that you can plan your schedule, you can choose like, okay, beautiful light in the morning, let's go for a walk,
Yeah.
let's work later in the day, or oh, the lights start already early in the morning, let's push this work to the next day. So you can always like get the both sides, that you get your work done, but you can also enjoy the place.
Cool, cool. So do we have some more questions?
Yes, we do. Do you provide thermal type clothing for extreme temperatures? Nigel is asking.
Yes, we have some extra clothing, but the thing is that when people come here, you need to remember that you're already on top of Finland. And when you arrive in Finland, you're probably landing in Helsinki. So you need to be able, like, you need to have suitable clothing to be able to travel from Helsinki to Utsjoki. So
Well, they can fly to Ivalo.
well, they can fly to Ivalo, but still, like, if you need to go outdoors in Helsinki, it can be cold down there too, that you need to have like proper shoes and outdoor pants and jacket and stuff. So you can't rely just on our clothes. We do have overalls, we have boots, we have gloves, we have all sorts of things to help if your own clothing is not enough. But you should prepare, and we give a lot of advice. We have a section on our website giving advice how to layer and how to, like, what type of clothing to use.
Yeah.
And always, if people have any questions, you can email us, you can message us on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you feel comfortable to talk with us, and we give advice how to prepare.
Sure. And how cold does it get here in winter?
It can get as cold as -40 or
Wow.
even more. It's not very
But
common.
what is like,
Well, the
normal
average, I would say we're talking about between -15 and -25.
15, 25.
Yeah.
That's just a really nice, crispy winter weather.
Yes.
You don't want it too warm in winter.
No. And sometimes the thing is that a lot of people ask us, what's the best time to see the northern lights? What's the temperature for this and this time? But nowadays, you can look back the statistics, like what's been the average temperature in November, but in the past few years, the fact is that it can change a lot just within 24 hours. Like, we've seen it many times that in the evening when we leave home, we've been watching the lights with people, taking pictures in -30 weather, and then you start planning the next day's activities, like, okay, we need to plug the cars, we need to do this and this and this because it's this cold. And then you wake up next morning and it's -2 and you're just like, okay, change of plans again.
Yes.
So it's really hard to say, and anything within 6 days can be. So you need to prepare, like, from plus weather to extreme cold.
Yeah. And actually, one more important question. How do you get there? For us, it's obvious we are locals, but
Yes.
where is the closest airport? How far it is to the closest airport?
It's about 2.5 hours. Nobody really talks about kilometers here in Lapland.
Yeah.
It's all about hours.
Yeah. 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's in Ivalo.
Yes.
So basically, you have a couple of ways to reach us. If you are already in Finland and you have a car, then you could do a night train, like with a car, to Rovaniemi and drive about 6-7 hours to Utsjoki, or you can drive the whole way. which is a long way.
Yeah, maybe you could do it in two legs.
Yeah, a lot of people, they stay maybe in one place to stop.
Somewhere like Oulu, Rovaniemi area.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you want to visit us, you don't need to have a car. Like, we do take care of all the transportation. We do. So without a car, some people, like, there's one way to do it is to take the train from Helsinki to Rovaniemi, and then a bus from Rovaniemi to Ivala. And then we meet you at the bus station in Ivala. Or you can jump in the plane from Helsinki and arrive to Ivala.
Yeah, and there are many scheduled flights from
There
Helsinki
is
to
many
Ivala.
flights. There used to be more, but of course now this situation has also affected on the flights.
Yes, but it's still daily.
It's daily,
Yes.
and we're flexible. So we try to, like, we have some flights that we prefer, but that's because of the possibility to combine the transportation. So it's more environment friendly when we drive only with one time with the van and we collect everybody. So sometimes because the times and the flights can change a lot. Sometimes the really early morning flight is so much cheaper that it's worth taking it. And then some people are arriving with the afternoon flight. So we might ask people to wait, that we can't meet them exactly when the flight comes, because that would make the guide's day really long, and I want it to stay safe. So I don't want to send anybody driving from here 5 a.m. And then you're like 12, 14 hours on the road, which would
going back and forth.
Yeah, or even that you go early in the morning to meet people at the airport, then you wait for 5 hours, pick up next people, and then drive back. So it makes the day so long that it's not comfortable to anybody.
Understood.
So sometimes we ask people to wait, that we will meet you in a couple of hours.
Cool. So do we have some more questions?
We have Jana Hietala who is saying that they're coming soon here.
Wow.
In 2 weeks.
Tervetuloa. Hei ja kaikille meidän suomenkielisille katsojille tervetuloa tänne Utsjoelle.
Kyllä.
On hauskaa. Täällä
niin,
on kivaa.
On. Kyllä kannattaa. Utsjoki on ehdottomasti hyvä lomakohde. Pariskunnille, perheille, kaveriporukoille, lapsiperheille, ihan kelle vaan.
Ja tukekaa paikallista yrittäjää.
Kyllä.
Sekä siellä paikallisesti että täällä paikallisesti.
Kyllä, ehdottomasti.
Erinomaista. Cool. All right, Tiina, I want to thank you for this wonderful conversation and insight in your life. Guys, you cannot imagine how cool place this is. I mean, I get goosebumps just, having all this atmosphere around me. Please go check Aurora Holidays online on Instagram and on Facebook, and go to their webpage, which is auroraholidays.net.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube and find Aurora Holidays and their wonderful content that they have created here, and also their nightly and daily webcam from this beautiful Tenno river.
Yes.
And
remember to like and share.
Go find them and go follow them. This has been episode 11 of All About Lapland podcast, which was live streamed to many different channels, and the audio version of this podcast will be available on iOS and Android podcasting apps and all the other podcasting apps such as Spotify, and you can find all of the latest things about our podcast at allaboutlapland.fi. And of course, please like, comment and share this stream as well. So do we have any more final words to our viewers?
I don't know. Come to visit us as soon as the borders open.
Yes.
We've been trying to develop our services and trying to make things even better so that people have an amazing experience in the area. And we really wish that when people come, they share their experiences with the friends, with families to tell about, because I find it, and I think the whole area here struggles with the fact that big places like Rovaniemi, Levi, Ylläs, Saariselkä, Ruka, they are always first visible in all surgeries because they are so big and they have such a huge volume for marketing. And then Utsjoki is just hidden somewhere, maybe on page, I don't even know where, and people don't get to know about it, and maybe this is exactly the place they are looking for.
Yes.
But we struggle being there visible
Yes.
because we just don't get there. So I hope that also our previous customers and people who are considering to visit Utsjoki helps us to spread the message that we have this hidden gem
Yes.
up here.
Up for grabs.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot for watching our live stream with Tiina Salonen. Go follow Aurora Holidays online, and everything is going to be fine. We are all going to stay positive and get through all of the troubles together.
Yes.
We're going to help each other.
Absolutely.
Help our families and friends, and keep our spirits up, and we will see you very soon here in Lapland. Thanks for watching, and stay cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.